Welcome to Dads and Daughters, episode 6, halfway through November. And last week was focused on the topic of anti-bullying. We had Mallory's Army join us for the whole show, and hopefully got a lot out of that. And this week was Veterans Day, right? So Kelly's grandfather was on one of Steve Vaccaro's shows, and I think took over the whole network. So hopefully you caught that one. But next week is Kelly's birthday. She's going to be how old, Kelly?
18.
18. Big birthday coming up for her. So we'll have a special birthday episode next Sunday night. Hopefully you tune in for that. Want to transition to the first segment. Kelly has been working this year through high school, although it's been kind of mostly virtual, and she's worked for a phenomenal lady I want to introduce, Mary Lee from Purple Ivy Solutions. And Mary's company, they assist those that have disabilities in entering the workforce and assisting the servicemen and first responders as well. But they do a lot of great stuff. So hopefully we can have Mary join in. She's in Raleigh. There she is.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
That's great.
We just wanted to talk about what you're doing for Purple Ivy Solutions.
Yes, sir. So basically, we were founded in 2019. It was in honor of my sister, Veronica Suber, who lost her battle with cancer in 2017. And Veronica and I, we always wanted to do something together in the business sense. So when she passed, basically there was something that I wanted to do for her, since she's always done so much for everyone else. So one of our passions was cleaning. We both enjoy cleaning. It's, oddly as it sounds, it's a therapeutic thing for both of us. Well, it was for both of us. And so, but we wanted to inculcate a lot of different things within the company that for young adults with disabilities, but we also cater to military personnel, both of our fathers being in the military, but also helping out cancer patients, and always just being of service to our community and giving back.
That's great. Well, that's great. The theme is really about providing special needs kids and adults the ability to get into the workforce, learn life skills. And Kelly's been so humbled to be part of what you're doing. So I just wanted to bring you on quickly just to say thank you for what you're doing. And actually the show we're having tonight is also focused on a segment around somebody who's developed his own mobile ice cream truck. We're going to have him on in a minute. Very much to employ others with special needs and special abilities into the workforce. So that's really been a big theme of the show, is for these special kids to be able to provide them, again, those life skills and be able to join the workforce after they graduate high school and college and do some amazing things. These kids are so talented, and they're showing abilities beyond disabilities, as we always say. So thank you, Mary, for all you do to help Kelly. We'll definitely spread the word about what you're doing to our viewers, and look forward to the next couple of weeks seeing you and the work that Kelly's doing for you. She was working on your stuff today, and just thanks for giving her the opportunities that you've been blessed to give us.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. I appreciate all of what you guys do, but as I always say, it's about helping all of these young adults become more than what we wanted them to become later on in life.
Absolutely. Well, thanks. And again, the theme of this show has been about this topic of providing, kids and adults with special needs, obviously the ability to join the workforce and do amazing things. You might have seen this past week a gentleman by the name of Chris Nikich, who just did an Ironman triathlon. He is on the cover of Sports Illustrated next week, doing some amazing things. Chris has Down syndrome and was the first Down syndrome kid to do this triathlon. Amazing, right, Kelly? We saw the videos, and
yeah,
one of our co-hosts on this network, Rachel Barcelona, is very close with Chris, and it was an amazing feat. And so I want to start and cue into the next, really the video that it really talks a little bit about a little something extra ice cream, a mobile ice cream shop that was founded a few years ago by a gentleman named Hunter Norwood, who has Down syndrome, and his mother, Michelle. So thanks, Mary, for joining.
It's a little something extra ice cream, which the name of the truck plays off of the extra chromosome that causes Down syndrome.
Crossville's Michelle Norwood, a special education teacher, came up with the idea of the truck as she was thinking of what her son Hunter could do after graduating from high school.
That's actually a crossroads that many families encounter. What will we do then? I mean, he has so much to offer the world. I don't want him just to sit at home.
And so the little something extra ice cream truck was born. The founder, Michelle. The CEO, her son Hunter, who knows his inventory. And here's the greatest thing about a little something extra. When Hunter Norwood is in charge, you're going to want more than just one.
He loves having the title of CEO and the boss, and you know, if I step on his toes and accidentally serve an ice cream that he was planning to serve, he's not afraid to fire me.
She fun to work with?
Yeah. My boss, Papa, my mom, and my dad.
Mom Michelle, Dad Anthony, it's a team effort, and what a team of helpers. 22 special needs kids, many of whom have their pictures on the truck, are employed by Hunter.
And I had high expectations for these kids coming into it, but they've blown me away. They're awesome.
Can this concept of reminding the world what special needs folks can do catch on nationally? Hey, why not?
My vision is to be able to help other special needs families and hopefully have a fleet of these trucks in the near future so that we can expand and offer this opportunity to other families.
That's awesome. Hey, Hunter. Hey, Michelle.
Hi,
how you guys
Hunter.
doing?
Hey, how are y'all?
Good. So it's very interested in hearing about Hunter has fired you a few times like Donald Trump on The Celebrity Apprentice. So I guess that's happened a few times, Hunter. Explain that to us.
Tell them how often you fire me and your dad.
I'm just kidding.
Every job.
Yes, if we threaten to get onto him for something, he'll say you're fired.
Okay, we get it. Hey, you know, just gotta deliver, Mom, right? Gotta get that caramel. Actually, my favorite ice cream is caramel. I don't know if you have that flavor, but when I come down to Dawson, Alabama, I'm definitely gonna stop by. I got a couple of requests for you, so be ready.
We'll make sure to come through for you, Mike.
All right, love that. And Kelly's going to ask a few questions. This is the part where I hand it over to Kelly and Gizzy here. Gizzy doesn't say much, but Gizzy's actually here. And but why don't you ask some questions, Kelly?
What made you want to start a little something extra?
So where we live is a very rural community. There's not a lot of opportunity where we are, and I know that Hunter deserves so much, and he's watching himself on the computer. So we wanted to make sure that he had an opportunity beyond high school where he could invest in the world and the world invest in him. And so that's why we created a little something extra ice cream.
What made you choose ice cream?
Well, again, honestly, tell them what you wanted our truck to be. When we told Hunter we were going to open an ice cream truck, he said no, he wanted a Mexican truck. But I can't cook Mexican food very well. Ice cream just seemed to fit every need that we wanted for this business. Number one, there aren't a lot of ice cream trucks in our area. And also, it's all prepackaged, and so that made everything very easy for us also. And who don't like ice cream?
Exactly.
What was your first step in starting the ice cream truck?
Well, being in the 21st century definitely helped us. So I did a lot of research on Google. Also, I'm a special education teacher, and a lot of my students in years past had worked in the school snack store. And I had seen from that opportunity that the students were able to mingle with other classmates that maybe they wouldn't have had a chance to talk with otherwise. And then it also taught work skills and social skills, and we worked on money. So it enveloped a whole lot of things that were wonderful. And so because we don't have an ice cream truck in our area, I just started researching to find out what we needed to do. So the first step after all of that was to find a truck. And after we did that, then the ball just started rolling.
What was your first event with a little something extra?
Do you remember, Hunter? Our very first event. Do you remember where it was?
The first event,
Where was it?
I believe where it is.
Well, no, we went to a local festival. It was called the 5 UFO Days. That actually stands for something besides unidentified flying object. But that was our first event, and we had so much success. People from all around. We had one of Hunter's friends from like 3 hours away drive in just to buy an ice cream from Hunter.
It's a tough job. I mean, God, it's like, now is it 7 days a week, or is it 4 or 5 days a week? How often do you guys, I know it's seasonal probably. Summertime is your peak, and is it like off season, or do you have an off season?
Well, actually, the way it works, I work full time as a teacher, and my husband also works full time. So this ice cream truck is actually, obviously, this summer is our peak season, but we usually fire it up somewhere around the 1st of March, and we still have events as of now, all the way into the 1st of December. So we work weekends and we work afternoons. So those vary, but it's not like a brick and mortar business where we have set hours. We schedule events, and then we just go from there. And we've been very blessed that we haven't had to go out asking for events. We've actually had a hard time keeping up with everyone who's contacted us. So that has been a great thing for us.
I was impressed by all the plugs you've had. You've been in articles in New York City. You've been in Paris. I couldn't understand the translation there, but then the National Down Syndrome Congress has endorsed what you're doing. So you really made a tremendous outreach in the few years. It's amazing. So
it has been amazing. And just in our small area, we've had more than 20 young adults with special needs who have been trained. Every spring we have a training, and so they work on product knowledge and customer service, and they work with money skills. And at the end of the training, they graduate and become certified ice cream experts. And so what we had a vision for here has totally expanded, and the Associated Press has gotten a hold of our story, and that's exactly what we wanted from this. Aside from opportunity, we hope that it would be a tool for advocacy and awareness, and obviously that has come to fruition.
Yeah, it certainly is. Kelly, you had another question for her too, right?
What does the future of the company hold?
Well, we have big dreams. We're dreamers, aren't we, Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. And so one of the things that we're working on now, Auburn University has a program called the Eagles Program, and it is a college program for intellectually disabled students who learn, they're able to learn work skills and independent living skills. And, but it's quite expensive. And so we are working on a partnership with them, and hopefully by next football season, we will be selling ice cream at the stadium and at Auburn University to help scholarship students into that program. So that's one of the big dreams that we are working on and that we have for this business. The other is we are also working on a franchise. We have about 3 other families in different states now who are interested in also expanding and having this opportunity for themselves as well. So hopefully in the near future, we're going to have a fleet where we can help many families.
Yeah, I think you read some books too. I think there was the Stars in My Eyes. It was definitely a great book that you just put out last year, perhaps. And talk to us a little bit about that, about the books. There it is.
Yeah, Hunter's very proud of this book. So actually, we've only had it out since mid-August of this year. Let me have this and I'll talk about it. But it is called Stars in My Eyes. One of the amazing features or characteristics of a person with Down syndrome is something called brush field spots. And they're beautiful spots in the iris of a person who has Down syndrome. They look like stars. And so I took a spin from the brush field spots that the stars are there as a reminder that every person has unlimited possibility and a dream. They have dreams and their possibilities are out of this world. And so this book actually follows Hunter through his life and all the way to the ice cream truck, where we highlight a lot of our employees. At the back of the book, 10 of our ice cream experts did their own rendition of Starry Night. And so they have their picture, they have their artwork, and a bio. So now not only can these young adults say that they are ice cream experts, but they can also say they helped illustrate a book.
That's great. Well, our first show we had about a month, we're in episode 1, featured a young lady named Gabby Angelini who's got Down syndrome and has her own coffee shop. It's called Gabby's Grounds. I think Gabby may be backstage. If not, we'll see if she joins. But I know Gabby was excited to join the show. I know sometimes it's technical difficulty, but hopefully she might be back there. That's another guest that was we gave that one away. We'll have them on soon. Everyone's surprise number 2, but if Gabby joins, we'll have her on, obviously. Gabby is, that's one of Kelly's good friends, and, she's developed this Gabby's Grounds. And talk to Kelly about the Gabby's Grounds, since you're so involved in that.
Gabby started a coffee shop to help employ her friends and people with intellectual disabilities in the Triangle. And hopefully once they are completed fundraising, that she's going to open her own shop in the Raleigh area.
Yes, we wanted to connect her with you guys, and kind of maybe you can connect and network and synergies there. So definitely, if they don't come on during the show, we'll definitely have them reach out to you so they can get some guidance on how to expand and make this nationwide. And that's what Kelly's question is what do you see in young people with special needs for career advancement? And that's really what we're talking about in the show.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that I always like to tell people is in any single person, wherever there might be a deficiency in one area, you're going to find super strength in another. And there is so much ability in disability. And so I see unlimited possibilities, not only for Hunter, not only for the ice cream experts who work with us, but there's so many people out there who need to be just given a chance and an opportunity. Hunter likes to be in front of the camera too. Can you tell he's a monkey? But there are so many opportunities for advancement, and I'm going to do everything, as long as I'm drawing breath, I'm going to do everything that I can to instill belief, not only into Hunter and people like Hunter, but also into the world, so that we can change the stigma and for people not to look and see a disability, but for them to look at Hunter and other people and see so much possibility.
Well, it's a small world, and I think that was part of the surprise number 2, which kind of came on the screen. But you're related to somebody that's very, very close to me, the Doyle family, and I think they are. I did see them backstage, and your sister Michelle is Amy, who's married to Kirk, who's Brian and Connie Doyle's son. So I think we may have both of them. There's Brian and Connie.
Well, our name has been made.
Hello. Kelly, hello.
Hi.
It's so good to see you. Hunter, hello.
Hi, Brian.
Brian and Connie have been for us blessings for us over the last number of years, and we were just with them in Asheville, North Carolina, at the annual retreat we do for global sports. And there's a lot of great work around his faith and imparting, using sports to impart. And Kelly's got a lot out of learning about her religion. And Kelly, talk a little bit about what that means to you in terms of when we go every year up to Asheville to see Brian and Connie.
It's nice for me to learn more about my faith and about God and be around people that are also growing in their faith as well.
Yeah. Amazing community that global sports has developed thanks to Brian. So Brian was an MVP with the New York Yankees, fans of the Yankees, but also he's been an MVP, and as well as Connie, who's been obviously behind the scenes, but really in front of Brian every step of the way with making this organization so great. And Brian, we're not going to talk about 1978 World Series, but hey, you were a legend on the field, but off the field, you're an even better friend to us. And I always talk about, play the clip. I was there at Brian Doyle Day 5 years ago, Father's Day, which is very special. We were raising money for Parkinson's, and I got to play in Yankees Old Timers Day, and I made Brian happy by getting a hit off Jeff Nelson, which I talk about that clip every. There you go. Special, very special. So I just thought the connection, the family connection here, and Michelle, all we kept hearing about was this ice cream truck, and I said we got to find out more about it. Kelly researched it, and here we are in this show a few months later. So I do believe in fate, and obviously there's no coincidences and things like that. So
that's exactly right, and we're always excited to see Kelly. And a little something extra is doing really, really well, and we're excited and pray about that. And not just a little something extra. Hunter, I can't even measure how much more extra you are. And Kelly also. I think that I know both of you, and I'm a very blessed man to know Hunter and Kelly.
Well, Kelly's been doing great. Yeah, Kelly following a great example.
At the Cove, Mike.
Yeah.
It's always a great time.
Always. And, it was great news. I think, Brian, I don't know if you heard, I told you on the last episode that Bobby Richardson, our friend, is going to be inducted into the New York State Baseball Hall of Fame. So I will definitely be there for him next year when he gets inducted. A lot of guys going in, and Bobby and Betsy are there. Pray for Betsy every day. And been a dear friend. So something about Yankee second basemen, right? I mean, it's just I won't forget Willie Randolph too, but we love Willie too. But yeah, you guys are the best. And just talk to Michelle. Talk about some of the challenges that Hunter has had. Kelly, of course, obviously in high school has had challenges with finding work and some opportunities, and just sometimes biases. Has he encountered that himself before this ice cream truck had started? Or talk a little bit about some of the obstacles that kids like Kelly and Hunter do have, because I know that happens every day for us.
Sure. It has happened a lot with us too. And with Hunter having an older sister and a younger brother who were very involved in sports. And then a lot of times he would say, I want to play ball, or I want to have a friend over. And of course he could have friends over, but things just didn't always work out. There wasn't always a friend to have over or a sport to go to. And but Brian Doyle actually helped open doors for us, and he was able to have several special games for Hunter to play in, and those will always mean a lot to us. But these are things the obstacles that we've ran into over time. And I've laughed because Vacation Bible School, as a child, that was always very important to me. And my older child, Hope, enjoyed it. My younger one, Brody, did. But Hunter, he didn't enjoy the social things so much when he was younger. And it would make me sad. And then as time went on, our other kids would attend, but Hunter wouldn't. But since we've had this ice cream truck, let me tell you what has happened. We've probably taken the truck into 50 different Vacation Bible Schools in 2 years. He's attended multiple. There's my sister now. I just can't even hardly talk now. But Hunter has got to take the ice cream truck into baseball tournaments and be the star of the show there. And he has sold ice cream to so many company CEOs, and all of these dreams that we hoped would happen for Hunter, or that we were afraid would never happen, they've came in a different package, but yet they came through a God-given ice cream truck.
Amen.
True inspiration. And so obviously Amy's on there. I don't know if Kirk is in the background too, but Kirk does a lot with baseball, obviously following in Brian's footsteps and working with youth. And it's a family business in terms of inspiring others. So I think there's definitely a family connection to what the Doyles and the Norwoods are connected on. So that's great. And I think nationwide, I really do believe this concept. I know that's your goal, to go nationwide. I do believe that'll be something that you're going to achieve in the next 2 to 5 years or even earlier, because I do think that is amazing. We could use one here in North Carolina, so if you ever want to come down here to Raleigh and obviously New York City as well, I'm sure we'd love to have you guys up there. So,
hey, we would love to, wouldn't we, Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think Amy is trying to find Kirk, and he must be a hard dude to find tonight. And yes, Kirk and Next Level really helped to get those games together for Hunter and his friends to play in. And I remember one of our granddaughters heard Michelle sing that day. Mike, you may not know, but Michelle and Hunter have this beautiful song that they sing together. Michelle wrote it. And when my little granddaughter up in Noonan heard Michelle sing, she never forgot it. She just loved it and always asked about them. And I tell you, quite a talented family, that Norwood family and that Gary family. And we're just so pleased that God brought us all together.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned sports too. You know, Kelly's been doing the Miracle League for how many years? 4 or 5 years now, Kelly?
Great.
3.5 years.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Guy teaches her all the stuff about batting stance, and Kelly's like, "Dad, it's just the Miracle League." I said, "You got to learn how to hit the right way." And
We don't compete in the Miracle League.
I know. I just like her to be the best she could be, and Kelly's doing very well. She gets home runs all the time, right?
Yeah.
She got more home runs I ever had in my career. So, doing really good things, Kelly.
Right.
Miss Amy, you're going to have to unmute so we can hear from you a little bit. There you are.
Don't need to hear. There's too much going on back here. Trying to keep it quiet over here.
Kirk and Amy have 3 teenagers, and well, really 4 counting Kirk. But it's always something busy in their home. And what a privilege it is to see Kelly and Hunter. And, you know, it is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful that those, you know, Hunter and Kelly, I've got Parkinson's, and you guys have something. But that doesn't stop us from doing what God wants us to do and to have joy in doing it. And I really, really know that you two are true heroes in the game of life. And you're showing yourself strong. And God allows that and gives you that strength. And I'm so, so happy to know you both.
You are as well, Brian. And I can tell you, like, one story I tell Brian is every year at Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium, he gets up there. I don't know how he does it. He gets a hit every time he gets up there. It doesn't matter who the pitcher is. It could be a recent pitcher like David Cohn, or it could be Jeff Nelson or an old timer. And Brian somehow gets up there every year. And I say, Brian, you got to end on top. You're on a good note here. But every year he'll come back because he wants to play the game. And every year it's just amazing to see you up there, Old Timers Day. So inspiring, Brian. And like I said, it's been a blessing. You've been a blessing in Ireland. You were one of my heroes. I tell you all the time, growing up in Brooklyn, New York. And it's amazing to have the privilege of your friendship and be part of my family.
Well, thank you very much. And I really love you and your family. And it's wonderful to have friends that are not only friends, but also prayer warriors and true warriors in this what's really not our home called Earth. We're kind of wearing our away jerseys. One day we're going to wear our whites, and that'll be forever and ever.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. We're at the 30-minute mark here, but we hope to have you guys on a future. The idea of our show is to have guests on periodically, not just one time, so we can continue the journey of a little something extra ice cream and follow what you guys are doing. And when I can travel again, like I always do, I'm going to be down there in Dawson, Alabama, getting some ice cream. So count on that.
Good. Congratulations, Hunter and Michelle, for a little something extra. And Kelly and Mike have really gave you a lot of great publicity, which is super.
Well, you guys have done it yourself. You guys have done it all by yourself. I mean, you've had the New York Times, you've had all the New York City, Paris, all over the world. We're just a small show, but thanks again for everything you guys do. And next week is Kelly's birthday episode, so hopefully the viewers tune in. We'll have some special surprises, and this girl here is going to be 18 years old, so it's hard to believe.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy early birthday. That's amazing.
Kelly,
Thanks,
you're
Amy.
the same age as our oldest grandson, Amy's guy, Parker, Peyton, and Paris. The oldest one's Parker. But Mike, I don't know where Kirk is tonight, but Amy is the owner of Next Level, and lots of baseball going there. We
I
love
follow
you.
that all the time on Facebook. So thanks again, everybody, for joining tonight, and we'll see you all next Sunday at 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Central for you, Michelle.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, Hunter.
Good night. Hey, Hunter.
Bye, Kelly.
Okay.